Welcome, everyone. Today is Monday, December 1st, 2025, and this is a regular meeting of the City of Asbury Park Planning Board. Chairwoman Kurzak, can you please call this meeting to order?
This meeting is being held in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975. Adequate notice of this meeting have been provided to the Coaster and Asbury Park Press by publication of the annual meeting notice and posted on the Municipal Bulletin Board and municipal website. All notices are on file with the Board Secretary. Official action may be taken on the following matters before the Board. This meeting is being recorded by APTV for your viewing pleasure in the future. Please join me to salute the flag. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Apologies.
Okay.
Okay, I will now take roll call. James Bonanno.
Here.
Councilwoman Clayton is absent this evening. Jim Henry is absent this evening. Mayor Moore.
Here.
Jen Souter.
Here.
Dan Shanameo.
Here.
Bob Zuckerman.
Here.
Kathy McLaughlin.
Here.
Vice Chair Goonan.
Here.
Chairwoman Kurzak.
Here. All right, the first items that we have on the agenda are the approval of minutes. First set of minutes is we have from May 20th. Anybody have any concerns? Any edits? All right, then can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
A second.
May 20th.
May 20th. Okay. All good on that? Okay. Eligible members, Yvonne is absent this evening.
Oh, I'm sorry, just 1 second.
Yeah.
The minutes, the meeting, was there a different meeting on the 5th versus the 20th? Because I have the 20th, I have the 5th. The meeting, the minutes for the 5th? As opposed to the 20th?
Hold on a second. I have the 20th, but hang on, don't go anywhere.
Or did I look at the wrong?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
One.
I got an email here that says
It was the 5th. You're correct. The date on that one was incorrect, but it's the, do you want to skip that one? I'm just thinking. Do you want to skip the minutes?
No, why don't we skip? Why don't we, because we have a number of edits
Yeah.
on these minutes. Do we want to just mention what the edits are, or do you want to just, let's just accept all the edits? We'll send you the edits, and then we can do this again. How about that?
But that'll be 2026.
Yes.
26.
Is that okay? Sure. 2026?
Yeah.
As long as we have minutes adopted, we're okay.
Okay. All right, why don't we do that?
Okay.
I'll send you my edits, and I think that some other people have theirs.
Okay. So do you want to go straight to the resolution then?
Why don't we go to the resolution
Perfect.
for the proposed amendment for the Main Street redevelopment? Any concerns about the resolution? Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
So Kathy and Dan. Okay. James Bonanno.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Jen Souter.
Yes.
Daniel Shanameo.
Yes.
Bob Zuckerman.
Yes.
Kathy McLaughlin.
Yes.
And Chairwoman Barbara Kurzak.
Yes. We can move up we'd like to move up the discussion about the 2026 Planning Board meeting dates. You've been provided with all the dates that we're proposing. Does anyone have any concerns about the dates? Because I know that some of them had to be shifted because of holidays and election days and things like that. Everybody okay? All right, can I get a motion to approve the 2026 dates?
So moved.
Second.
Daniel and Mike Goonan.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. One second. Jen Souter,
Yes.
Daniel Shinameo,
Yes.
Bob Zuckerman,
Yes.
Kathy McLaughlin,
Yes.
James Bonanno,
Yes.
Mayor Moore,
Yes.
Mike Goonan,
Yes.
Chairwoman Kurzak.
Yes. Are we close to having,
Need a minute?
I spoke to my client about 10 minutes ago, he said it was about 10 minutes out,
all right, so,
and I'm waiting for my architect.
okay.
I'm here.
Well, do you want to begin, or do you want to wait until they come?
My opening's gonna take like a minute.
All right, so then why don't we wait until they come? And we'll just take a recess until our presenters come. Motion to, I guess that we just say motion for a recess.
Yeah, motion, second,
I'll motion.
motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, we'll take a few minutes.
Okay.
Thank you, sorry.
Sure.
Yes, back in, okay. Okay, I'll now take roll call. James Bonanno,
Here.
Mayor Moore,
Here.
Jen Souter.
Here.
Daniel Shinameo.
Here.
Bob Zuckerman.
Here.
Kathy McLaughlin.
Here.
Vice Chair Goonan.
Here.
And Chairwoman Kurzak.
Here. Okay. All right, we're here to listen to the application for 531 Cookman Avenue.
Correct.
Andy, let me do some procedural things here. Okay, a number of members who were not part of the board at the time have listened and reviewed the tapes. Okay, and I have certifications. Bob, sorry, I didn't realize that you were on the list. I didn't prepare a certification for you. But on the record, I understand that you've reviewed the transcript or video of the March 7th, I think it was, meeting?
Yeah, from
March 7th,
2022.
2022?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you.
I watched the entire.
That's fine, okay. But Catherine, Michael, Barbara, and James, their certifications are in, so everyone here is eligible.
No objection.
Okay. All right, so,
Ready?
sure.
Yeah.
All right. I'm here tonight on behalf of Isabella in charge doing business as the Asbury Ale House. We're here for an amended site plan approval. Just by way of history of the building, there's a resolution that had been passed previously allowing for minor site plan approval, allowing an existing storefront at the Asbury Ale House, which is located on Cookman Avenue, to be modified with a roll-up garage door and also a counter at the southwest corner of the building. There are certain conditions on that application that the garage doors match the wall panels above and below the proposed garage door, the approved garage door, and also the number of stools be limited to 5, and lastly requiring security or police at the exterior of the premises. The reason we're here tonight for the amended application is that the door panels don't exactly line up. We're going to provide testimony as to what happened with that. Also, we're going to ask for an increase of the seating capacity for the 16-foot counter where there are 5 stools, which are basically placed 4 feet apart. I know the concern was that you didn't want people at the counter standing at the counter. By having the stools so far apart, it actually operates counter to that. And lastly, in terms of security and police, I'm going to ask that that provision be removed, as the jurisdiction really for the police and security lies with the state DEP and municipal council. I don't believe the authority is within the planning board to dictate in terms of the police and the security.
That ship has passed.
I know, but I'm looking for an amendment just to say that it's the ABC that really is dictating to us what security we're supposed to have there. So I'm going to look for an amendment of that provision. With that being said, I have 2 witnesses that I'll be providing as far as testimony, our architect Jeffrey Bell and also the owner of the premises, Matt Kalachik. If I can get going.
Okay, let's get your witness and we'll have Don sworn in at the same time. Sir, please raise your right hand. Don, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Please, sir, please state your name for the record.
It's Jeffrey Bell, B-E-L-L.
Jeffrey.
Correct.
Don,
Donna Miller, board planner.
thank you. Okay.
If I may. Mr. Bell, you were the original architect on this application, am I correct?
Correct.
And you had prepared a plan that was approved previously allowing for a garage door at the Asbury Ale House, am I correct? Correct. And what was installed does not conform exactly with what was approved, am I correct?
Correct.
Why don't you go through what happened?
First of all, are you still licensed in the state of New Jersey?
Oh, I'm
Yes,
sorry, I
sir.
apologize.
Currently licensed, yes?
Go ahead, sorry.
It's okay. So the door that was manufactured didn't match the specs that were given initially. The door arrived on site and decisions involving ownership was to maintain the facade as it was and not change the divisions to match the door that that arrived.
Explain that again, what do you mean by?
So the door that we had ordered had divisions that matched up with the existing facade vertically. And the door that arrived, or that was fabricated and arrived to the site, had slightly different spacing.
All right, why don't you describe the spacing and how it's different from what was approved?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sections that were supposed to be incorporated into the door.
5 panels?
5 panels left to right. And it didn't arrive with the same spacing that existed. So instead of changing out the glazing above and below to match what came, decision was made to keep what's there because it matched the rest of the facade going around the building.
Are we referring to this,
Yeah, why don't we
referring to
mark
this
that,
document
yeah.
and?
We're gonna mark
these
that,
photos left?
yeah, your plan as A1 for identification. What's the date of that plan?
10/21/25.
Okay, and that's what you're referring to, am I correct?
Correct.
So looking at what's been marked as A1 for identification, what was installed has 2 smaller side panels, am I correct?
Correct.
And did the manufacturer indicate to you the reason for those side panels?
They did not.
But for clarification, so in the upper right picture,
That's correct.
corner, that's what was installed?
Yes.
And what we're talking about, what was installed is the black
Correct.
paneled?
Yes.
Okay, that's the garage door
Correct.
itself?
Right, but it also has to be the 2 side panels that are with it too, because those are different. So it's not only the garage door, it's not only the door, it's the side panels
That's what I was
too.
getting to, exactly.
Okay.
So it was those side panels that were also installed with that garage door?
Correct. Yeah.
And they didn't indicate why it was necessary to put those side panels in?
No.
Okay, and when you look at the garage door, how many panels are in that garage door?
Left to right, there's 4 panels.
As opposed to the 5 panels that are on the original building? Am I
Correct. Yes.
Both top and bottom, correct?
Correct.
So we're looking for an approval to allow the way the manufacturer had provided the garage door installed, am I correct?
Correct.
Well, they're black as well too, they're different color as well, too,
Yeah,
right?
they're black.
But
So
they
were
can
they
be-
ordered, were they ordered to be the same color as the
They were,
mullions?
they were supposed to be the same color as the mullions, were supposed to match.
But they could be painted to match, am I correct?
They could be, yes.
And what was I'm looking at that photo, and besides you get the little small, I guess, I assume the 2 end panels, those are fixed panels, not part of the?
Correct, yeah. The two-
Okay, so just to on the left side, that fixed panel, is that one long panel? It's like an up and down pane, yes?
That is, yes.
Is that one long one, or is that 2 there? I can't see with the reflection. That's just one there, okay, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, okay.
4 across, am I correct?
Right, it's 4, it's 6 across really.
Well, it's really 8.
How is it 8?
Because it's up
So
and
it's
down.
it's 2 rows of
Right,
4.
right, so it's 4 and 4, but you have 2 on the side, so it's 10.
Right. And the original application was
5 and 5,
5 and 5?
Right.
As opposed to
it's a different 10.
a different, thank you.
And so what, was there a reason that they?
Well, part of it was they had to have a horizontal break in the garage door in order for it to be able to open. So,
No, but why were the mullions not matching up and down?
they, we don't know. This is what showed up from what was ordered. I don't,
And what happened, did you call them back and say they're not gonna pay?
I did not, no.
think you said a decision was made, it sounds like, to go forward with
With-
this. Who would have made that decision, just so?
It
what
was,
that?
as
the
I
idea?
understand, it was ownership.
And I'll
Okay.
have my client.
So we can ask those questions.
Mhm.
Also, I believe that one of the purposes of this, correct me if I'm wrong, because I did watch this whole thing today, was to provide a door for servers? Or was that no?
I don't believe that's in the resolution.
Not
It's not in the
Allows for
resolution.
service to happen.
Okay, so
So that
where?
the servers on the outside can receive the stuff from
It's through the
inside.
garage door.
So
It's not just a
the-
counter for customers to sit
Let
at.
me just hear what you,
It's not just a counter for customers to sit at.
that was
There's also a space where,
for service, okay.
but it's not a door.
I thought it was, yeah, okay, thank you.
I'm just looking at the resolution as far as the service, any provision relative to that.
I think Donna explained it.
Yeah, it shall
She
have an area
responded to my,
designated for
thank you,
service,
Donna.
with
Thank
the
you.
remainder of the county, that is correct.
Number 10.
Correct. Any other questions for this witness?
What's the feasibility of correcting this issue? This, this change? Was that explored?
I'm not certain, I mean, we'd have to, the whole area would have to be redone.
It would have to all be removed, am I correct?
Right, all the, everything.
What was the date it was delivered and installed?
I'm not aware of that.
I'll have my client testify.
Anybody else have any other questions for this witness? Professionals? No questions?
One last question. You're the architect.
Correct.
So when the wrong door was delivered, did somebody call you and tell you it was the wrong door?
No, sir.
Wouldn't that be normal?
Or who would be notified? I'm not sure the architect would be the one that should be notified, but whatever, you tell me.
Well, he's the one who made the testimony.
I know, right, you're
Whoever
right.
ordered it, I suppose.
I'll have my client testify.
Okay. All right, can we open it up to the public for any questions?
Can I just have one more question?
Sure.
So the two side fixed panels, was that which was originally approved? Because, no,
No,
right,
that's the
because
issue.
that's another issue.
That is the issue.
No,
That is the
No,
issue.
it's
more
not.
than one
That is
issue.
not the issue.
Well, if you get rid of those side
Oh,
panels,
okay.
then you can do it
Right, you can match.
five, exactly, then you can match it.
Well, the original approval is for 4, right? 4 across.
No, five.
5 across.
It's supposed to be the entire opening.
Right. I'm looking at page 4 of the
Depending on which one you're
CCH
looking
report. It says
Okay.
architectural elevation of approved storefront replacement, and it was 4 panels across.
2, 3, 4. One,
Well, there's
two.
Yeah,
five.
it's supposed to match.
Yeah, it's supposed to match.
Supposed to match.
It's supposed to be 5.
Yeah.
And
All
was
right.
it 5 up and down, or was it just 5?
So,
No, it was up and down.
The base was those fixed non-window panels. And then 2 rows
2 rows
of
of 5.
windows, and then the top transom level that's
Right,
blacked out.
stayed.
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
And
They were supposed to match exactly from.
Right.
all right.
number 5 on the condition says the top and bottom panel shall match with the proposed garage door.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, right, okay.
So it seems as though that the manufacturer was able to get the side panels in the right color, but they were not able to give the door in the right color.
No.
Well, they got the transom in the right color too.
No? It looks like it on the picture.
So, I don't know if you know, because did you supervise the installation?
No,
Did you order the door?
no.
Okay.
Who, do we know who ordered
I'll have my
and
client testify.
supervised, the owner's gonna testify?
I don't get it.
From my vantage,
like to
it
me.
looks like those side panels may have been modified. They took the originals and cut them down.
You still need the whole top piece. That's not, that's more there than that.
There's more there
now
than
than that was
it-
originally. You couldn't have just taken all the old pieces, so they had to order something the right color.
Because if you look at the old, if you look at the old picture and the new, on this, it's, the top panel is, something got cut off, and then you've got the top of it, or you call it a transom, I'm not sure, but that's right. The five in the black are right on the very top, then you got 5 clear,
Yeah.
which did not exist before. And now, so there was a lot done here. So why don't we hear the testimony and see where we go from here?
Yeah,
Because
so
there was a
that-
lot done here.
So that part that's just as installed, the right picture. So the clear glass, we'll call it a transom, that's under the black?
Okay.
Okay. So is that new, or was that modified from the old glass?
I believe that would have to be new, because you can't cut the glass.
Well, did you design that? Did you have it installed? Did you?
I just provided the overall design, but the execution I was not involved with.
Okay, so
All right.
that's what we have to know.
They cut it. I heard.
Okay.
They'll testify.
All right, so anybody from the public that would like to ask questions of this witness based on their testimony that it was just given? No?
Not on this construction issue.
Okay. All right, next.
Thank you.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Please state your name for the record and spell it.
Matthew Gullace, Gullace.
M-A-T-T-H-E-W.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, Maddhew.
Thank you.
If I may. Matt, what is your relationship to the Asbury Ale House?
I'm the owner.
And you're familiar with the previous approval for the garage door at 531 Cookman Avenue, am I correct?
Yes.
And looking at the plans that have been marked as A1, it appears as though the garage door that was installed is different than that which was approved, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, why don't you go through what happened with this?
So the manufacturer of the door didn't build a proper door to spec. I was down in Fort Lauderdale opening up Asbury Ale House when this was installed. And when I came back to do the walkthrough for it, they cut it, the window, to fit it and put new metal pieces. So the windows are pre-existing that were there. They literally cut and framed out the ones and put the door in. So when I came back, when I spoke to the manufacturer, he said that it's 10 panels, exactly what it shows. Because if you count them, it is 10 panels, but it doesn't match to what the plan were. So we talked about potentially painting them silver so it matched the front of the building. And Carter Sackman, the landlord, thought that would be good because we kept the integrity of the existing frame of the building. So the windows match and we didn't have to move any of that. It's strictly just the door. And then our other option was we called the manufacturer to try to redo this. And he said absolutely not, and we'd have to purchase a brand new door. So we thought we would try to go back in and figure out a resolution to try to keep it and kind of adjust it to make it acceptable for the city. So that's why we're here today.
Okay, let me ask you, who was in charge of this project for your restaurant? Who was in charge of ordering the door, make it, and the installation?
His name was Brian Smith. He no longer works for me anymore. He was my director of operations at the time.
And when you say you cut the glass, can you explain what you're talking about? Are we talking about that clear transom up above?
Correct. So they custom cut the glass and took the metal framing and boxed out.
So they reused it?
Pretty much, yes.
And when you say they, this is your contractor? Would you have an in-house contractor?
No, this was the door company, Neptune Glass Company, who did the door.
So they did the transom?
The transom was already there.
On the Neptune door up on 33?
Yes, yep, Gus was the...
Okay, who cut the transom?
Gus's guy, I'm not sure who,
Neptune door.
his guy that did it with him, yeah, I forget his name.
And he did these two fixed side panels as well?
He did that whole thing, yeah.
Okay. And let me, when the door, when you saw it, what was the span of time from this being installed and you actually seeing it? I mean, ballpark.
3 weeks.
Okay. And you didn't know about it before? This is when you first came and saw it, when you physically saw it?
Yeah, and honestly, to be just completely honest, which is my fault, I thought it was correct, based off the plans. And then when I really looked at the difference of the two beams, they're offset. But it was 10 panels to 10 panels, they just don't line up and they're not adjacent like they're supposed to be.
I know, but the whole point of it
Yeah.
was, the approval was for them to match.
No, I completely understand, yeah.
So, did you pay for the door?
I did.
Why would you pay for a door that you did not come to spec?
Gus requires you to pay in full prior to install.
When you sue him?
If we have to get there, we can. Trying to avoid that, if we can.
In terms of the counter, the approval is for 5 seats, am I correct?
Yes,
That's a 16-foot counter, am I correct?
correct.
It also provides for a service area, correct?
Yes.
Even with the service area, having those 5 seats, does it work, keeping in mind that the resolution does not allow for people standing at the counter? What has occurred as a result?
People try to go up to the counter because there's more space, so we have to tell them to leave.
If you have more seating there, would that eliminate people actually trying to stand at that counter?
Definitely, because right behind it is seating of low tables. So if it's just the bar and then the seating, it would just be the people sitting at the bar.
And if you have 5 seats over 16 feet, the seats then are 3, 4 feet apart?
Correct.
Okay. Is that, in light of a 16-foot counter, in light of people sitting at a bar, does that work, or is that not within the realm of the way bar seating should be?
No, we could have 8 for sure.
How much width of foot do you give a seat, a bar stool?
2 feet generally,
2 feet?
in between the necks, yeah. So it's one seat covers 2 feet range between the seat and the gap.
All right, so 8 would be the entire 16
Yeah,
feet.
8 would
But now
cover.
you would not have,
But you
now you would not have your place for the
Right,
service.
so you want to, your service is what, about 2 feet?
We're actually not even using it as a pickup anymore because it's just easier to do it inside.
All right, but keeping in mind that it allows for a 2-foot service if you eliminate those 2 feet. And would that be the normal area for service, around 2 feet?
Yeah, generally.
So that leaves about 14 feet of bar space, am I correct?
Yeah, which would be 7 more stools.
Is the request for us to change the number of bar stools allowed or just eliminate the cap?
No, change them.
To what?
7.
And no, I do recall the testimony about, or having seen it today, about the service area.
still allow
So
for
you're
service.
saying you don't need the service area after all?
No, if
It
I could
seemed
get
to be
eight,
a
if I could
question.
get 8 bar stools and remove service altogether outside, it would be more beneficial for us.
All right, we have to get the numbers straight, because what's happening here is not
Well, either
working.
or, if you were to eliminate the service, you would like 8, but if they still required the board, you have a service area, you would like 7. Am I
Correct, yes.
So which are you asking?
2 feet is kind of
If
skinny.
if the planning board requires that there be a service area,
This is up to you. This is what you
our
want.
preference
what
is
was
to eliminate, as
requested.
indicated, the service area.
Okay, so you don't want a service area anymore. The request is no service area.
Correct,
And you just want bar stools.
correct.
Is there signage that there's no standing at this counter?
No, there's just managers and bartenders through it that tell them they can't stand.
Okay. So that's monitored, policed.
Yeah, and we have security on 7 nights a week as well.
I think that one of the reasons, at least from my notes, is after listening to this, one of the reasons why we landed at 5 was that it was a 14-foot counter. But I see that on here, it's not.
No, it's 16.
It's 16, on the drawing it's 16. I get that. But when we were speaking at testimony, because it's very fresh in all of our minds, because we watched it, if not today, very recently, it was 14, and then we said 2 feet per, 18-inch stool with some elbow room. So fine, if If we were incorrect then, so the testimony was incorrect then, now we're saying it's 16, which the drawing shows 16. That's fine. And so you're asking for 8 stores. No service.
Maybe the 14 was taking out the 2 foot for the service area.
Might
That
have been.
Yeah,
Might have
I'm
been.
just looking for the plans
Might have been.
to see what the plans provide, but I would venture to guess that's what it was.
Yeah, the plans may have been correct, but I'm saying that when we're listening to the testimony, it was definitely 14.
It was
14
probably then
all.
based upon the 2 foot.
It could have been, it could have been. All right, so we have 16 feet, we're asking for 8 stalls.
That is correct.
And I believe you, just a couple of minutes ago, said you have security throughout so that the standing would not be an issue.
Correct.
With regard to the security, who dictates the security? Is that governed by the ABC? They require that you have security outside and/or the city of Asbury Park?
A city,
The city does, the council?
yes.
Then you comply with that, am I correct?
Yep. We hired police officers as well on Saturday.
You have security inside and out?
On the weekends we do, yes.
I mean, obviously, it's the weather
Yes.
may not permit, but
That's all the questions I have for this witness.
Does anyone else have any questions for the witness?
Yes.
Go ahead. No, not yet. Not yet.
When was it delivered, when was it installed?
I don't know that exact date, I apologize. 2023, right? 2022, 2023? I believe it's 2 years almost now, right? Second summer?
The original resolution was, I think, September of 2022.
This is our second summer with it, I believe.
Well, when were you in Fort Lauderdale opening?
23. 23.
what month roughly?
I was there I was there for the back and forth for 4 to 5 months, so in the spring, summer, and then we opened up the following.
I think we're just trying to get to an approximate.
Yeah, I can
date
get
of
an actual date for them, so we're not guessing. We're getting-
They did call for an inspection in early 2024.
And that's when it was noticed?
But it
All right.
had already been installed, correct? Yeah.
It was already installed.
So just by when we know when the inspection was in 2024, we still don't know when it was delivered, installed, and noticed that there was a problem.
Taking into account when the request is made for an inspection, how soon after the installation did you request that the inspection be made of the door?
I really don't know, I apologize. I know the door was installed in the end of 23, and then we didn't get our inspection till the spring of 24, I believe.
And again, the inspection is when you found out that it didn't? I'm not
No,
clear.
as I say, when I came back, it was wrong.
Then you noticed that it was wrong? Or you didn't notice it was wrong? I thought you said you didn't notice until you looked at the plan.
No, like I said, I thought everything was right, and then when she told us the plans were completely wrong prior to the
At the
inspection, then I said, what's going on? And that's when I reached out to Jeff Bell, and then
I'm
Gus said.
sorry, prior to the inspection you found out?
No, when she walked up for the inspection that day.
Okay.
We thought we were good, correct?
No, I didn't do the inspection. I was advised that an inspection was requested. I believe it was just Michelle who saw that it was installed. I'm just going back through the dates I have. We issued our resolution compliance for the plans February 12th, 2024. So if it was installed in 2023, that would have been before the plans were approved. But between February of 2024 and May 24th, 2024 is when
What was the date
things
you
started
came out?
rolling with, it's wrong.
So, I'm sorry, you said February 2024 is when you gave the approval for the permit?
not for the permit, that signing off on the plans, it
Resolution.
being in compliance with the board requirements.
Okay.
I wasn't working in the zoning office at that time. Somebody else, whether it was Mary Ann or Michelle, would have handled the permit, and I don't have a record of who did that.
My point is, am I, assuming, are you inferring there should have not been an installation prior to that point?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
When was the day that you came and inspected with us, or when you walked by?
I did not. I didn't do the inspection. I believe it was Michelle
No,
or
you-
Mary Ann.
No,
It's
you
probably
came
Mary
over
Ann.
to the spot.
I've been there a number of times, but not to inspect for the city.
Did you do your
I have a bunch of
installation?
correspondence with Jeff about the plans and what they can do once they realized that it was wrong. That all occurred in May.
Well, what was the date you came and met me outside when you said this is wrong, when you came to walk through it for Michelle at 5 o'clock before you left on that Friday? You came up to me and said this is completely wrong, and you left.
Okay, that would have been in May sometime,
Oh, that was in
because that's
May?
when I was covering for Mary Ann, who had left at the end of April.
And that was May of 20.
4.
Did you have to get a permit to install the window? Do you recall?
I don't.
You would have needed a zoning permit.
Yeah, which Gus would have handled, correct? The Dempsey Door Company and Brian Smith. Like I said, I was opening up a brand new restaurant for over a year at the time.
You're being recorded, so please, you have to speak into the microphone.
Oh, sorry.
So the public can hear, and I think we need to know when the installation was done.
He doesn't have an exact date.
We're gonna need
It
that.
doesn't matter.
Sounds like it was, I'm not gonna speculate.
Yeah, I'd rather just get the
I
real
can
date.
do it.
Yes, I mean, I don't know that it
Yeah, I don't know
is
that it
relevant.
matters. It's like, are we
This is
gonna approve
what
this
they
or are we not,
installed, it's
you know?
not correct. He
Well-
should be telling us,
Well, I think
What
it's one
efforts-
issue, but I think it's one issue if the installation was done prior to actually receiving approval to do the installation, that's an issue.
I don't.
But
I don't
that's
think that-
not
That's
a
not a
planning
planning
board, it's
board
not a
issue.
planning board.
I hear
And he
you.
wasn't cited for doing it.
Wasn't a planning
I
board.
hear you, but that may be part of the problem.
so I'm curious to know, since mid-2024, when you were advised it's either got to be changed or go back to the board, what was the reason for not changing it and instead coming to the board?
$65,000.
Okay,
And it's also over a year and 8 months?
well, they've been in the
almost a year.
pipeline.
That's all
Yeah.
different story.
I mean, originally, weren't you guys scheduled for July?
Yeah, we
Yes.
had
Yeah,
this
they've been
application
in
long
for a
ago.
while.
Anybody else have any questions?
So I just want to clarify.
Sure.
So the only impediment to complying with the requirements is how much it's going to cost.
$65,000.
So how much it costs. And you're saying it's that much?
Yes.
Okay.
Anybody else have any other questions of this witness before we get to the public? Any planning board people, folks, about this particular issue? And that's the seating and the door.
Well, whatever
Sorry,
he testified to.
The seating and the door.
Sorry?
Seating, you said the seating?
Right, the seating
on the door.
and the door. Are we dealing with the security?
We just take the position that it's really, the council is dictating to my client what security needs to be there. So they have security in accordance with the requirements of the municipal council.
They have security because the planning board imposed that as a condition in response to the neighbors who came out, and there was no objection from council or the applicant at the time. If there's going to be a claim that that's invalid or incorrect or not legal, the time to appeal that decision has long since passed.
But we're asking for an amendment in light of the fact that the council may have other ideas in terms of.
I don't care what the council is doing, honestly, because this was done as a specific point by the board in reference to the concerns of the neighbors. That was part of the basis of the approval. The council's got nothing to do with that, okay? If there was going to be an objection, it should have been imposed at that point in time.
Go ahead.
Is the requirement for police or security?
Either or.
Either.
Any other questions by the board members? Any questions by the public about what was just testified to?
Yes, comments.
No comments. Comments are at the end.
Okay.
We'll give comments are at the end.
I do have.
Questions up to the microphone, please. All right.
Hi, good evening.
Just a second.
Just 1 second.
Go ahead,
I need 1 second. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Please raise your right, we're giving questions now?
Question, yes.
Please raise your right hand. Oh, questions? No.
Yes.
Just
Please,
say-
I'm trying to do 3 things at once.
Stop doing 3 things.
Okay. Please state your name for the record,
My name is Elisa Bennett,
and where do you live?
601 Madison Avenue, Asbury Park, New
Thank
Jersey.
you. Go right ahead, questions.
My question about the door was one of the reasons the door was created the way it was is to keep the sound out from a noisy restaurant after hours when it was closed? Was there any concern, was that part of the reason of why it was created? And has the change affected that at all?
No, it was created to allow for service outside, but the resolution does require the door be closed at 10 p.m.
And has it been closed regularly every day of operation at 10 p.m. as instructed?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then I can make my comment at the end.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You'll still have time. We'll cue you.
Oh, I do have one other question.
Go ahead.
So am I to believe that, in fact, the security has been increased as requested and is currently in place?
Matt, the security is being provided outside, am I correct?
Not right now, we haven't had the garage door open since September.
But when the garage door is open, you do have
We have
security.
security on 7 days a week, yes.
So when the door is open, security is in place on the outside?
Matt?
They don't stand on the outside, they stand in our vestibule by the front door, but they are present in the location.
Is it not true that you usually have somebody on the outside always, that is not something in addition to the door?
You have somebody that is able to observe the outside what's going on, am I correct?
Managers and security, yeah.
Okay.
Can you speak up, please?
Managers and security,
I
yes.
can't even hear you.
I'm sorry.
And I'm right here.
I'm sorry about that.
You also have
What was
police
your
officers
response?
and
I'm
police
sorry, what
security.
was the response to that question?
We have security and managers on, yes.
And inside, outside, again?
All over, they figure eight the whole night.
So
We have
outside.
125 seats outside, so they're constantly going in and out of the restaurant, and then they're also inside.
So
Does
just,
that include police officers?
Police officers is not included. We're actually in litigation with the town right now for the police officers, so we were required, prior, when we had nightlife, we were required to have 2 officers on every Friday and every Saturday night. Currently, since we've stopped the nightlife, we don't have to have officers on Friday night anymore, just on Saturday night as of right now.
What does that mean, nightlife? When you had nightlife, I'm not sure.
We have a resolution with the town that we're fighting with right now. We're trying to-
No, but I don't know what you mean by nightlife.
DJs and nightlife in the location
Oh,
after 10 p.m.
after 10 p.m.
Yes.
DJs.
Yes.
Okay.
So we were required to have more officers on back then, but now we don't have to have them.
and I just, one final question
Go
about the
ahead.
security. So you have one person outside in front of the vestibule, and is that the person?
That's not the testimony you provided. You didn't say he has one person that's in the vestibule.
So how
Many security people do you have that are working premises?
Every day there's at least one, and then on Saturday there's 6. On Friday there are 3.
How many people are outside providing security when the window's open?
I believe you indicated that you have people going in and out and walking around.
Between managers and security, on a Friday, Saturday, we have 5 managers. And like I said, up to 3 security on Friday, 6 security on Saturday.
And they're constantly circulating within the premises?
Correct.
Outside the premises?
Yep.
And
I'm going to just ask a quick question. Does the 6 security include, you mentioned managers, does that include the managers?
No, on Saturday that would be 11.
Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just wondering, and those are the people who are also keeping people from going up to the bar on the outside?
Correct. As well as the bartenders are known to inform them, as well as managers and security, that they have to be seated and they can't stand at the bar.
Okay.
We don't really have that issue right now because of the tables behind it, so people don't go stand there, they're uncomfortable because there's people sitting and eating directly behind them. That's why we're asking for more stools, so we can get more people. And people don't think they could go up to the bar because then they won't even go to it, because they'll just see the 8 bar stools in the restaurant outside, and they'll be like, oh, that's not, let's go inside. So that's why we're trying to avoid that gap like Andy referenced earlier, so that people don't feel the need to go up there and us have to tell them to leave. If there's bar stools there, people sitting and the table's directly behind it, they don't even feel like going up there because they're uncomfortable, so they just go directly inside.
Is that you're anticipating that, or has that been an issue?
With what?
Have people been going up?
Oh, in the beginning, before we told everyone, sure, it was their natural instinct to go see a bar and go up to it. But now with the regulars, they know they have to find a seat or they have to go somewhere else. They have to go to a table, so.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions by anyone here? Is there any more
I have a question.
testimony? Oh, go ahead.
Testified that your security is in the vestibule area for this location?
Yes.
Are you aware of condition 7 of your approval?
I believe he testified they're not just in the vestibule, the guys are walking around.
It says, I'll read 7 to you. The applicant shall have security or a police officer present on the exterior of the premises whenever the exterior spaces are being utilized. So if they're inside, that's not what this says.
Well, it's the vestibule. And I believe said they
That's not
circulate
what this
around.
says. Unless I'm not misreading this, it says the exterior where you're gonna put the patrons by this window, in that location, in that area. Is that correct?
Does security stay in one place?
No.
Okay. Do they circulate around the entire premises, both inside and out?
Correct.
Okay. I'm not gonna beat it up. Enough said.
Is there anything else?
I have no further questions.
Okay. Does anybody have any comments from the planning board that would like to make any comments regarding this? Well, actually, let's go to the public to find out what the comments are first.
Sure.
Let's open a motion to open up to the public. Comments?
Second?
Okay. All right. You have 3 minutes to make your comments about this application.
You're actually, before you do it, you're actually gonna be testifying, so I need to put you under oath or affirmation. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony about to give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Please state your name for the record, spell it, and your address.
It's Mary Beth Boyle. It's Marybeth, last name Boyle, Boyle.
Okay. Where do you live?
601 Madison Avenue, Asbury Park.
Thank you very much.
As you can tell by the address, I live directly across the street from the ale house, and my neighbors are most affected by what happens there. We were opposed to this garage door to begin with, because, when it was initially proposed.
Could you speak into the microphone?
Oh, sorry,
please?
yes, okay. And since it has opened, okay, before I get into that, I'll just say that the stipulations that we were told about how it would be used was the counter shall have a designated area for service and seating at the bar, limited to 5 stools. No standees are permitted at the counter. All patrons utilizing the exterior area shall be seated. And the garage door shall be closed no later than 10 p.m. I've been watching out my window and seeing what's happened since June of 2024 when this opened. There were 8 place settings at the bar on June 10th of 2024. There was no service area at all. I have nights when the bar was open at 11:02 p.m. Other nights when it was open until 12:16 in the morning. More than once this has happened. 8 place settings at the bar constantly, all through 2024. There was never a 5-person thing. The other, what I will say is since 2025, closing time has been consistent. It's been much better, 10 o'clock, the bar is not open. However, there's still lots of people standing around the bar, in the bar area. There is space between where the bar is and where the tables are. And on numerous occasions, there have been people standing there with beers in their hands, walking around, being served, walking up to the bar. I can't tell how many seats there are at the bar because when you look out, there's people leaning on the bar, there's people sitting at the bar, there's people behind the bar standing. So it's not like it's been the way it was approved. That's not being followed. And it's disturbing to us that you're looking to relax anything when they haven't been following these since the day they were given permission to do so. So that's where we are now. That's how, being a neighbor and living through this is what we're seeing. And we just want to make sure that the conditions they're treated so that we don't have any deterioration in the neighborhood, in our life. The rest of us who live there don't have to have these outside our window at midnight, having drinking outside. So just wanted to take that into consideration for us. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Oh yes, I do have photos if you need to see them, and I also have copies of the timeline of incidences that I have. If you'd like to see those, I'm happy to provide those also. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Questions, Andy?
No.
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Please state your name and your address again for the record and spell your name.
Sure. My name is Elisa Bennett, Elissa Bennett, Bennett, 601 Madison Avenue. I'm fortunate that I have a lovely unit. I have a deck all around Emory. And before we had our meeting a couple of years ago with Matt, it would be not uncommon to have people waiting for a half hour on Emory, urinating, vomiting, screaming, singing, yelling for a half hour at a time. It was very, very difficult situation. We requested more security, especially got concerned when the door was coming in, because that was after we were having issues. And we were told that there would be more security in that area and that people would not be encouraged to call Ubers down that alley in Emory, that there'd be a police officer if need be, and that things would be better. And I have to say, since the additional security, things have been better. We still hear things, but we expect to hear things because we live downtown by bars all around us. And as I've told Matt, we are surrounded by bars. The only one we have an issue, I'm across the street from Pascal's, next door to Rayla, next door to Barrio. I'm all over. And the only one we've ever had an issue with is the Ale House. So we requested that Matt be a good neighbor, and we would be good neighbors. And I have to say, with the additional security, at least on my end, which is the closest end, it has been better. And so the idea of taking away security is very frightening for me and problematic. And I request that that not be allowed. If anything, I think it would be better to have more security, but certainly not less security. Thank you.
We're not proposing taking away security. Our position is just that the authority lies within the council. But we're not proposing by any means changing security, reducing security, or anything like that.
Your client testified that he has security anyway,
It's not
so,
changing. That's not changing.
Yeah, that's not true.
so what?
I'm just, this is my concern. The council may have other ideas in terms of what they want for security. And seeing that they're the ones that issue the license and they're, pursuant to the ABC requirements, if they come in and the council says we want X, and that differs from what is in the resolution, then we have an issue. Ultimately, it's the council, the governing body, that has authority to dictate that because they're the ones that license it pursuant to the ABC. So that's our position, but we're not reducing it, we're not changing it.
But that may be, cumulative or additive. What's in the resolution is in the resolution.
We're not changing it.
You got an approval pursuant to a resolution which has a security requirement.
And we're not reducing security, we're not eliminating it, anything like that.
So just for clarity, you are asking for the amendment to include the removal of whatever that requirement is.
Yeah, it's
right?
a preemption issue that I'm concerned about.
Okay.
But
Do we know, I don't have the resolution in front of me, do you know exactly what it says? I don't recall what it says as far as what they're required to do for security-wise.
Yes, number 7.
Is that the only one? That's the one you just read before?
The applicant shall have security or a police officer present on the exterior of the premises whenever the spaces are being utilized. Right?
Okay.
That's correct.
And we don't have an issue with that. I'm just concerned with the preemption if the council wants something different.
Well, if that issue arises, we'll deal with it.
Sure, yeah, I was trying to understand what specifically the amendment would entail as far as the resolution is concerned. So it would be a striking of number 7.
Anticipated either a police officer or internal security outside in that area near the bar during any period of time that it's open.
Okay.
We have no intention of reducing security, just so you guys are. I have security on 7 nights a week, it will always stay that way, so.
Sure, understood.
Yeah,
It was
I
requested.
And then for the police officers, like I said, that's the town's discretion to decide, and we just follow whatever is decided.
All right, do we have anyone else from the public that would like to comment? No? Okay, motion to close public comment?
So moved.
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it.
All right, it appears as though we have three different issues that we should be considering here. And perhaps we should take them one by one? Okay? First one was the seating. It's a 16-foot counter. They're requesting 8 stools versus the 5 stools that were initially approved. Does anyone have any concerns about that from the board or about increasing it?
I think it's fine, reasonable. I mean, more seating
I
is what
think
we
so.
want, we just don't want standing.
Yeah,
So
I
seating's fine.
actually agree with Matt on this one. I think the more stools, the better. We've all been to a bar, when the bar's crowded with people sitting, you naturally
yeah.
don't stand at it.
So it's kind of like no seat, no service.
I think the more spread out those stools are, the more people will try to wedge in and stand, so.
So is having 8, no, you asked for, all right, let's get back to what you asked for. You asked for, you don't want service.
No service.
No service, so with no service, you're asking for 8 stools. I personally don't think that that's a problem, but unless someone feels differently.
I don't think it's a problem either, and I think it's, if it helps to stop people from standing, but, so I'm in favor of giving the extra seats as long as, we just heard, testimony from neighbors about people still milling about. This entire area is only supposed to be service for seated patrons.
Right.
And proviso, I'll agree to the extra seats, extra stools, but let's use them. Let's not have people standing, let it be policed.
So how hard would it be, and I'm so-so on the 8, to put up a sign? If you're not seating,
Yeah.
leave.
No seat, no service. It's
You could
simple.
have prevented half of this
We could
by
do
just
that.
putting up the simple sign 2 years ago. Make that part of the
Signage.
resolution.
Signage.
Standing at bars.
You could add signage there, Jack.
Oh, yeah,
Jack.
yeah, put up 3, put up one in the middle. And tell your security and tell your bartenders,
No.
if they're not seating, they don't get served.
Absolutely.
Not only not served, your security, if they see a person standing, unless they're standing up to, rearrange their jacket on the back of the seat or going to the bathroom, that if they're just milling about standing in it, they're not permitted to do that.
I have maybe a different take on this. It sounds as if this was, what was the number that?
5 were
It
approved.
was 5, and per the public comments, it sounds as if that was not adhered to from the beginning. So it seems as,
We're asking for 8.
I know you're asking, but we heard neighbors state that you've already been using 8 seats. So I don't know if there's any way to put any teeth in that.
I don't believe there's any testimony that 8 seats were being utilized.
Only from the public. That's the only, there was nobody
I said from the
testified.
public.
All right, so sounds like we're okay with the 8?
There isn't, Catherine, there really isn't much. 8 is 8.
8 is
Those
8.
Right.
those stay.
8 is 8 and no
It's just,
service.
And sign.
it's a creep.
That would have been an enforcement issue for another branch of the city to
Right.
take care of, which hasn't been done.
Just,
Okay. All right, next item was security. I'll mention what I feel about it. I'll give you my 2 cents, but like I said, I'm one vote. I'm fine with keeping the security just the way that we stated in the resolution.
So much.
not to change it.
I agree. I can't, first of all, I can't imagine the council would ever say you don't need someone outside. And we have is very, very basic. If the council required anything, I would imagine it would only be stronger than that.
To beef it up.
So why take away this bare minimum?
Yep.
Why change anything?
Does anybody feel differently?
I know, I agree, you know, I have an occasional drink myself. The drinking in the city, the other Saturday night at 2:23 a.m., a young woman was banging on my rear door. I mean, I have a gated property. Woke me up, my back door, my front door repeatedly until I called the police. That she was so intoxicated coming from one of these neighborhood bars. It's getting crazy in the city. So the resolution says when that is operated, that outside space is operated, there is to be security in the exterior. Not in the vestibule, but in the exterior. And it should be enforced, the resolution as agreed to.
Yeah, and there's 125, there's room for 125 people. One security person is not ridiculous. It's not an unreasonable amount. It might even be a little short. But I think that if and we need any more, I think that the city can add to that. That's my opinion on that. Regarding the door, does anybody have any feelings about the door before I mention my feelings?
Just always feel we're asked for forgiveness instead of permission. I mean, that seems to be typical with zoning, planning, every board. Like, oh, we're sorry. I'm not, I believe you're in Florida. I mean, nobody inspected it. I mean, the architect, you paid the architect. Nobody looked at it and said, this is wrong. I mean, you're telling me it's a $65,000 door. This isn't something you bought at Home Depot. I mean, and nobody looked at it and said, wow, we got a problem here?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
I know.
I paid
But
professionals.
again, I don't know what the options are, but I'm just tired of giving forgiveness.
Yeah, exactly, ditto, John. It just seems like there's an issue repeated in this city that we approve one thing and they come back with something else and saying, oh, now I need relief. Listen, I personally, I would have not paid for the door. I would have sued that they did not meet the contract manufacturer. I know it's a monetary issue. It's a burden.
Excuse me for interrupting,
Yeah.
which I am. Monetary issues, not relevant.
No, it's not relevant to me, but I'm saying, I understand it's for the owner, but it was important to the board that this garage door match as much as possible the panels. And they are totally different, just haphazardly done. And it may be a burden upon ownership, but it's not what was approved. And I'm against personally approving as built.
I also, I agree with you, and it's, judging from listening to what that testimony was during that, on that wonderful day in March, on 2022, there was so much emphasis on that door, and how many panels, and what's it gonna look like, what's it gonna be? I would have to vote that it has to be what was approved.
I agree, and I'm going to tag on this, that this is a historic building. The fact that the door got approved at all in the first place was tenuous, right? It doesn't really match the historical character, it doesn't conform to a lot of the guidelines, but, you know, because of all these agreements, because it was supposed to match as best as possible, it was supposed to fit in with this structure as best as possible for a use that required a variance. You know, I think the fact that it doesn't match at all is just really not acceptable. It doesn't match the alignment, it doesn't match the color. It's just not what that
I was here originally, you know, in the original hearing. And it was very important that it matched, you know, and we didn't want to really change the building. But we wanted to be able to give the ownership the opportunity to make more revenue, realizing that this was a space, and it was a balanced act, you know, that to give some relief to the owner and also with the appearance of this historic building. And again, it was very important that these panels matched, and they just don't.
Yeah, Dan, I think that's so well said. The appearance matters, and this is a very prominent spot in the middle of downtown Asbury. I mean, I think about what we put people through when their fences are off by a couple of inches on some side street, and this is a historic building in the middle of downtown Asbury.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, I won't mention the property, but like a block away, you know, something else was done with windows in a historic building and stuff like that. And again, it was, oh, I'm sorry, and you know, we could put a Band-Aid on it. Well, you know, there's no Band-Aid, this needs surgery now.
Anybody else have any other statements? Okay.
I'll make a motion.
All right, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the 8 stools, plus signage, no seat, no service. The security stays the same, and the door stays, the door has to be modified.
But how
Yes.
about, should this be should in fact the door even be operated until it's actually, should this, we're approving 8 stools, why should there even be an operation of this counter space until we have the door that's built as approved?
That's enforcement.
We can't stop them. If they operate, they operate, and if the code enforcement section wants to go out and enforce the resolution, they'll cite them and bring them into municipal.
Well, why should we be giving 8 stools then? Why should we be expanding the operation? That is under our.
We do not want to taint our decision-making process with an enforcement issue, because that would create a nice basis for appeal for Mr. Karras.
But is
I
that,
don't want to do that.
okay. but-
I'm on the record as saying that.
I hear you, I take your advice, but we're being
And Jack
we're
knows me
being
well.
asked for, you know, additional stools,
Yeah.
right? But we don't like to do it.
So is there a time frame when it has to be fixed?
It
I
should
mean,
be
I don't want to
taken
hear
care
5 years from now.
It should be taken care of immediately, and if
Okay.
it's not, the code enforcement people should be out there and cite them. If they don't come in and do the work, then they can come in and say you're in violation, and take them to municipal court.
So Jack, then shouldn't there be a time condition on this?
What happens is, all variances are granted in the city of Asbury Park. You have to complete construction within a year of the date of the resolution of approval. And if you don't, the variance is abandoned by ordinance.
For variances.
Right. But I also put it in for design exceptions as well.
But this is a variance.
This is a variance.
So is this in?
So this is still a variance case. This is a request to amend conditions of approval. So
what is the status? So what is officially the status now? Is this variance gone?
No, the status is, technically, they can be considered in violation of the approvals.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, as a continuing thing.
And my client has been cited for that.
Yeah, and the
So we're in
city,
municipal court.
the city's enforcement agencies have to deal with that and take it to municipal court or take it wherever.
So that's the time frame. It's
That's the time frame.
immediately, other than.
And usually, I think that it's been customary with the municipal court, go apply to the board, come back to us after the board has heard the application, because if the relief is granted, the judge will dismiss the case and maybe fine them a small amount. I don't know what the story is, because I don't appear there. And if it's denied, then the judge has to deal with it as a violation. So in this case, if they go back to the municipal court, tell the judge what's taking place, and they show them this, the door is a no-no, we can give them relief. So the judge is gonna have to cite them, or have Mr. Karras talk to his client about getting that door replaced immediately, or they will be paying hefty fines. This will resolve it, one way or the other.
Okay.
Right, so can I ask a procedural question here? So
Yes.
the application was for this new storefront that was presented by the architect tonight, and then also for, let's say, the 8 stools. So are we voting to reject the application, or are we voting to
No.
accept the application, but?
You're saying to the applicant, this is what we're gonna do. We have a motion essentially to approve request, number one. We'll call, I'll count,
The eight
number
stools.
one. No longer are we gonna have a service bar out there, we're gonna have 8 stools instead. Number two, secure, the request to omit the security or do anything with security is denied. Condition number 7 of the original resolution remains in effect. Number 3, your request to amend your application to permit a different door to be installed or to remain as installed, other than what was originally approved, is denied.
Correct.
Sounds clear.
Everything else not affected by this remains in effect. So whatever variance we gave them, they still get the variance, because without the variance, they can't do this, but they're just giving them 2 out of 3, or 1 or 2 out of 3.
And then, so I understand, so then their options, if we don't approve this new door, is they either have to buy a door that conforms with what was approved in 2022, or go back to what, can they go back to what was there in 2021?
They can file an appeal of this decision. You cannot file an appeal of the first decision, because the 45 days has long since passed.
No, I guess my question is, if they don't want to spend the money on the door approved in 2022, can they just go back to what it was in 2021?
There's no door.
No,
No, that's what I mean. Can they go back to, right?
Make it look like it did before.
Make it look like it did before?
You mean abandon their approvals, essentially?
Yeah,
That's up to the applicant.
okay. I'm just curious, this was more just an, sorry,
That's
additional
what they
question
wanted
for
to
me.
do.
But the door, as it even not operating the counter, the door can, as it exists now, cannot stay.
No, it has to go. No, it wasn't, what was approved wasn't installed. For whatever reason, valid, invalid, good, bad, indifferent, price, whatever. Can't stay.
So build what was approved or go back to what was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you can't, they can't operate, at some point, they're gonna stop, the city's gonna stop them from operating if they refuse to replace the door.
And I feel like we don't see this a lot, Dan, but I feel like this happens with single-family homes. It's not frequently, but it happens, right? People will build something and then it either has to be
I've been at this,
taken down or...
I've been at this 48 years, it happens. It happens, that's human nature.
All right, are we all set here? All right. I'd like to make a motion to approve, approve the resolution based on those 3 items. The 8 stools with the signage, no seat, no service, keeping the security and keeping the door. Or denying the security and denying the request for the door. But approving the 8 stools and the signage.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to, I'm making the motion.
Can I just, do we need to mention the security? Because I think they also asked for that in their request for.
Already done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was part
Okay.
2. We're denying
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we're denying that.
Gotcha,
And,
okay.
and thankfully, Michael brought up the basis for the original requirement of the door being the way that it was. The board went through great pains with the applicant, discussions with the
Great
applicant,
pains.
the neighbors and everything else, and Donna's report to keep it as close as historically correct as possible.
Yep.
It wasn't just something that we're just willy-nilly imposed.
All right, we need someone to second?
Second,
Okay.
That was Daniel, correct?
yes.
Okay. Okay. James Bonanno,
Yes.
Mayor Moore,
Yes.
Jen Souter,
Yes.
Daniel Shinameo,
Yes.
Bob Zuckerman,
Yes.
Kathy McLaughlin,
Yes.
Vice Chair Gunnan,
Yes.
Chairwoman Kurzak.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
okay, thank you. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is this the last meeting?
I was just going to say, do we want?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, the meeting?
Go ahead.
Discussion regarding the December 8th meeting being canceled, which then means we do not return until after city council reorgs, which will be January 26th.
Like 26 or something like that, something in that area?
Yeah.
He said yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, motion to adjourn.
Yes, so moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I got-
Fire.
No, it's been good for Asbury Park.